Hello, this is Photography Gamer, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing No Man's Sky for the PS4. No Man's Sky is an exploration survival game developed by Hello Games. The game was released in 2016 to a very mixed response, mainly due to the developers making promises that they didn't keep. However, since release the game has received many updates, including new features like online multiplayer, surface vehicles, base building, space fleet management and VR support. The game features a default mode, survival mode and a creative mode depending on your preference. So what is the game like to play? Well, the game begins by spawning you on a random planet. Your first task is to find and fix a spacecraft to allow you to explore the galaxy and the wider universe. So for the first hour or two it sees you following basic tutorials on how to mine resources, craft items and manage your life support system. During this process, if you die, you can return to your point of death and collect stuff from your grave if you had some resources on you. You have a variety of tools at your disposal, like a scanner to survey the local area. You've got a laser that can be customized, but it starts out as a basic mining tool. You have a terrain manipulator that lets you terraform the environment by creating, deleting, flattening or restoring the planetary terrain. Gathered resources can be refined, and this unlocks new crafting recipes which will help you advance your tech. But the game really begins when you start travelling through space, because that's what the game's all about. Once you leave the planet, you enter your current solar system. If you see a planet, you can go there. If you want to go to other solar systems, however, you do need to fix your hyperdrive and get the appropriate fuel, but it's pretty straightforward. Solar systems have space stations occasionally, and you can go there to customise your appearance, race or colour scheme. You can talk to aliens, pick up contracts or just buy upgrades for all your gear. On your travels you will encounter aliens and you can trade with them or even sort of have a conversation and try to learn some of their language. When you find a planet you like and you want to build a base, the options available to you are pretty extensive. However, you do have to unlock schematics first via missions usually. You can build like basic wooden structures, concrete, metal, or you can go for these complex sci-fi themed ones, but they all do need power to run. So if you want power, you're going to need the solar panels and generators and batteries to store all that solar power. These planets are procedurally generated and they are absolutely huge. It could take you literally 100 hours to walk around an entire planet in real time, so you will need your exocrafts and your spaceships to get around. Each planet has a different climate, flora and fauna, and you can discover and log all of these things in your database. Some planets have really deadly storms, some have got these sentinels that kind of don't like you gathering resources, so they're kind of like the universe police. The planets do look great, but you know, maybe they are a little bit sparse. It would have been nice if there would be planets that had massive alien cities on, but it is what it is. In spaceflight you will occasionally encounter space pirates who'll try and steal your resources, so you can have a little fight with them. On planets, some of the wildlife get a bit frisky and there are also these kind of hostile aliens here and there, but generally it's a very safe and sterile environment to explore. Some other cool features are the ability to have a freighter base in space. You can mine asteroid fields, and if you're a budding linguist you can learn various alien languages. Overall, No Man's Sky is a huge game in many ways. The survival, crafting and building elements are comprehensive and in-depth. The universe feels real and the planets are really well created and they're absolutely huge. Saying that, the game can be quite a lonely experience because the planets are generally just a lot of open space with some plants and some wildlife. There's not many people around and that is one of the negative parts of the experience. You can play online with a friend, but it's not a user-friendly system. It does make collaboration very difficult, and sometimes when you start a game your friend will spawn the other side of the planet, so it just makes things a bit awkward at first. It's not perfect, but I'm sure in time they'll improve the multiplayer. For me, No Man's Sky is at its best when you've got lots of time to kill and the urge to explore, but if you're not into resource gathering, base building or crafting, then I wouldn't recommend the game. But for everyone else it's definitely worth a look, and it's a massive open-ended sci-fi extravaganza. Graphically the game has a very colourful and vibrant style. It's similar to like other sci-fi brands like Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica. The planets look realistic, the ships are very cool, the aliens are all weird and quirky. The menus, however, are a little bit awkward to use. They feel like they were designed for use with a mouse. The game does have a photo mode and it's not too bad. I mean, you have limited functionality, you can deal with aperture, zoom in and you can zoom out huge, distances. So if you want to get big panoramic shots of your base, that's good. It's not the best photo mode I've ever tried, but it does the job. The audio on the whole is excellent, and the sound effects in particular really help you feel like you're in a sci-fi movie. The music is subtle and ambient, and the atmospheric sounds on the planets from the animals, weather and the environment really add to the experience. Okay, what's good and what's bad? What's good? The procedural universe is incredibly well created. The planets feel realistic. The space travel is super cool. Base building is easy, as is terraforming. The game has huge amounts of tech and gadgets to find. The customization options are good, the audio is excellent, and it's the best space exploration game I've ever played. What's bad? Like all survival games, there isn't really a point to it. The resource gathering can become a bit of a grind. The online multiplayer isn't very user-friendly or streamlined. The game is a little bit too safe, and some more danger would have been nice, and the game is a bit of a lonely experience. Okay, what's the verdict? No Man's Sky is a fantastic sci-fi space exploration experience. The way the developers have created a procedural and almost infinite universe to explore is really something to be applauded. Yes, upon the initial 2016 release, the game wasn't ready and they shouldn't have released it in that state, and they fully deserved the negative press they received. However, since then you can't deny they've added a huge amount of content to the game, to the point where it resembles the game they originally spoke about. Maybe even now it supersedes what they originally said it was going to be. Personally, I enjoyed it a lot, travelling to alien worlds, learning languages, building bases, exploring the universe and just unravelling the mysteries. It's just really enjoyable. Yes, it's not perfect and it does lack a few things like alien worlds that have cities or a better multiplayer system. The game also lacks a decent story, but No Man's Sky isn't really a game about story. It's a game about your story, exploring the universe, terraforming planets, building bases and just having your own adventure. The game is so huge, it's really hard to review it and do all of the aspects justice, but suffice to say, if you enjoy sci-fi, exploration and an open-ended style of gameplay, then you will love this. So my score for No Man's Sky is 8.5 out of 10. Okay, that was the review. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. This is Photography Gamer, signing off. Thank you.